Hello all, welcome again. This is a session on structures and union. As per request, we are going to find out the difference between structure and union. If you did not subscribe to our channel, please kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking subscribe button. The one major difference that distinguishes structure and union is that the structure has a separate memory location for each of its members, whereas the members of a union share the same memory location. Let's right away get into the what C++ or C offers um, for data types, special things like see structure and union. C++ allows all the 5 ways that C language provide to create a custom data. Those 5 ways are structure, bit field, union, enumeration, typedef. In this session, we are going to study the difference between structure and union. The structure and union both are container data types that can hold data of any type. Right, the structure and union both are container data types that can hold data of any type. So out of those 5, structure, bit field, union, enumeration, typedef. Right. So um, in this session we will go through, let's understand the difference of structure and union along with the comparison chart, and we'll go through a definition of it and key differences, and then we'll see what are all similarities in that. Finally we'll conclude when to use what. Okay, comparison chart, definitions, key differences and similarities, and finally we'll conclude when to use what. Let's see a comparison chart based on basic comparison, declaration, keyword, storing the value at a time, what does it do, any extra features it has. So here is the comparison chart. Basis of comparison: initially the basic difference is structure, the separate memory location is allotted to each member of the structure, whereas in union share the same memory location for all its members. So see the declaration: struct is the keyword used, and struct underscore name, type element1, type element2, and so on, variable1, variable2, structure variables, and so on. Whereas in union underscore union u underscore name, and here the keyword is union. Whereas coming to the size of structure is sum of size of all the data members, cumulative sum, all the members. Here the size of this particular structure is the size of element 1 plus size of element 2 plus and so on. How many elements are there, that would be the size of structure. Whereas in union, suppose the element 2 is the largest size, okay, then the whole union will have the size of the largest members. Whereas storage values, structure stores distinct values for all the members, whereas in union stores the same value for all the members. For this we'll look into the future. If you subscribe, you will get more videos on that with more graphics. We'll discuss it in detail in the future video. For as of now, you note down that. And at a time, a structure stores multiple values of the different members of the structure. A union stores a single value at a time for all the members. So way of viewing provides structure provides single way to each memory location, but whereas in union provides multiple way to view the same memory location. For this also I'll provide a good graphical video in future coming soon. As if now you remember this. There are no anonymous features in structure, but in union you can have anonymous feature. So this is the basic comparison chart between structure and union. Let's see the definition of a structure and union. First, let's understand what is structure. The structure is a collection of variables of different data types which are referred by a common name. The variables in a structure are called members. By default, all the members of a structure are public. When you declare a structure, you create a template which can be used to create structure objects sharing the same organization of the data members and member functions. The declaration of structure is always preceded by the keyword struct, struct, which tells the compiler that a structure has been declared. Suppose I have an employee, we create a structure, he will have a name, right? And there are plenty of employees, we will have a structure, employee with a name and company name and which location, that is city he is working through. So a small example, struct employee, string name, string company name, string city, and emp1 and emp2. Here we declare a structure for storing the information of the employees. The declaration is terminated by a semicolon. A structure declaration is a statement, and in C++ statement is terminated by a semicolon, or C or C++. Okay, semicolon. The name given to the structure defines a type. In the above example, the name of the structure is employee. The variable of these types could be created as above. We created two variables, emp1 and emp2, of the type employee. In this example, we created a structure variable just after the declaration. Alternately, it can be created separately also, right? So like this, struct employee emp1 emp2. The keyword struct is not mandatory here. So if you want to create it separately, the members of the structure variable can be initialized or can be accessed by using a dot operator. Here, suppose I want to declare I want to initialize the value of the member name of emp1. emp1 dot name is equal to Ashok, your name. And information contained in one structure can be assigned to another structure by just doing, suppose emp2, I will need to copy emp1. The structure of the same type will be following as follows: emp1 dot name is equal to Ashok, emp1 dot company name equal to some xyz, and emp1 dot city is Delhi, and now emp2 equals to emp1. Here we are assigning values of the member of emp1 to emp2. Then if you take the printout or cout, it will simply what, so emp2 dot name is Ashok, and company name will be the same as of, and dot city will be the same. Here we assign the structure variable emp1 to emp2. So emp1 copies all the values of its member to the corresponding member of emp2. The member of structure variable can be passed to a function. Suppose I have a function funct, emp1 dot city I want to pass. I can pass it just like this, funct, and in that emp1 dot city a member I passed through. The entire structure variable can be passed to a function by both the methods, call by value as well as call by reference. First let's see the call by value method. So how I pass it? Instead of passing a particular member or a particular variable of a structure, we can pass the entire struct itself, struct variable emp1 funct emp1, calling function by call by value method, and within this funct receiving value of member of emp1. Here the change to the value of the member of the structure will not reflect outside the function, as the variable is passed by call by value method, isn't it? We cannot modify anything inside emp. Suppose I want to change the city of it, emp.city, it will not reflect outside this function at all. So the best method is to go by call by reference. That means instead of I sending emp1, I put funct and ampersand n and emp1, that is calling function by the reference method. Here This is how I do it. Here I'm putting void funct inside the method or function, no? Struct emp employee, struct employee pointer emp receiving address of emp I am passing through. Here we can change the value of the member city of the structure. See, from Delhi I have changed it to Nagpur. Right, here the structure is passed by the reference, so the change to the value of member of the structure variable also reflects outside the function. You can see here struct employee star emp declaring a structure pointer of type employee, and emp is equal to address of emp1 and emp arrow mark city, so pointer accessing the member city of the emp1. The pointer to the structure can be created. It holds the address of the structure variable, isn't it? So we will see the aggregation later. So the pointer to the structure can be created. It holds the address of structure variable. In structure, the aggregate initialization is allowed when the structure definition does not contain any user defined constructor or virtual function or base class or private or protected field. Assuming a main, I can straight away say like struct emp3 or emp3 is some name Anil, his company name and his city name, just like this. I hope you understood structure, definition of structure with a detailed explanation. Let's now look into the union. Union is a memory location shared by two or more different type of variables declared under a single union type with a keyword union. In C++, a union may contain both member function and variables. By default, all the members of the union are public. The declaration of union is similar to the declaration of the structure, as we saw in our comparison chart. So we have struct keyword there. Here we will have union u underscore type, int x, character C, float f, u1, u2. Here we had declared a union name u type, u underscore type. The members of u underscore type are x of integer type, C of character type and f of float type. We had also created the variables u1 and u2 of u underscore type structure type. So just after declaration of union, we can also declare the union variable separately as we did it in the structures. Like something like we can directly call them similarly as in the structures. Okay, if you try to change the value of member of u1, the other members will be automatically updated. So the accessing of members can be done using dot operator preceded by just like that u1 dot x equal to 10. Like structures, the aggregate initialization is not possible in any union. We finally discussed there, right? Hope you remember. As we know, the union shares the same memory location for all its members at a time. Only one variable is initialized and all the variables automatically get updated with the initialized value. Suppose un dot x equal to 10, then obviously un dot c is also 10, un dot f is also 10. If you try to change the value of a member of u1, the other members will be automatically updated. Suppose I say un dot c equal to 65, then un dot x and f also will be updated to 65. To understand better, please subscribe so that you will get much better understanding step by step in future videos. The space allotted to union is equal to the size of the largest number of union. As the byte allocated to character is 1 byte, int is 4 byte and float is 4 byte. So the largest size is 4 byte. So memory allotted to u1 and u2 is 4 bytes. So to print that, just take the size of u1 and size of u2, just like this. Okay. then it has to print into your console or your output window 4 based upon your IDE. The pointer to union can be created just as in structure hole, just like in structure, right? The pointer holds the address of the union. Suppose union u underscore type pointer un. I have an identifier un is equal to ampersand u1. We are assigning the address to the u1 and you see out. Like structure, the union can also be passed by both the methods call by reference and call by value. First, let's look at call by value. Calling the function by a call by value method, receiving, we are just passing the value just like this. But now let's call the function using call by reference method. So instead of that, funct will have ampersand un, calling function by call by reference. Here receiving address of un, funct will be receiving the address of un. So here you can modify un arrow mark x equal to 20. Now I change the value. Right, this is possible. Similarly to the structure, there is a special type of union in C++ called anonymous union. The anonymous union cannot have this type name and no variable of such variable can be created. So it is only to tell that compiler that its members variables are to share the same location. The variable of an anonymous union can be referred without a dot operator, the normal dot operator. So I repeat, there is a special type of union in C++ called anonymous union. The anonymous union cannot have the type name and no variable of such union can be created. It tells the compiler that only its member variables are to share the same location. The variable of anonymous union can be referred without dot operator. Just see this example, integer main. Here I have union without a name. Define anonymous union without the type name. Okay, here without having name. Earlier we have u underscore type, right? So then we will have variables u1. So to access the member u1 dot x, we used to say. Here without any dot operator, x equal to 10 referred the union variable without dot operator. So obviously C out of C will be 10, F will be 10. If you try to modify C equal to 65, then obviously X and F will also be 65. So in anonymous, no member function are allowed. It cannot contain private or protected data, and the global union must be specified as static. I hope you understood anonymous union. So in anonymous union, no member function are allowed. It cannot contain private or protected data, and the global anonymous union must be specified as static. So let's see a normal union declarations points to be remembered. Forget about it. Anonymous. Let's see the conclusion in the normal union points to be the definition of union can also contain constructor and destructor. The union provides multiple ways to view the same memory location. Point number 2. The union cannot inherit the class of any type. The union cannot be base class. The union cannot have the virtual member function. The union cannot have a static variable. I repeat, the definition of union can also contain constructor and destructor, and the union provides the multiple ways to view the same memory location. The union cannot inherit class of any type and cannot have a base class, cannot have a virtual member function, and cannot have a static variable. I hope we are done with the union. You understood both the structure definition as well as union definition with a detailed explanation. So let's see the key difference now. The structure uses different memory location for different members, hence the distinct value can be allotted to all the members, but the union allots the same memory location to all the members, hence a single value can be allotted to all the members. The structure has different memory location for all members. Hence, it can contain multiple values at a time. As we know, the union shares same memory location for all the members. Hence, it can store a single value at a time. So generally, the total size of the structure is larger than the total size of union, because size of structure is the sum of all the members size, and this whereas in union the size of largest type member will be allocated. Structure provides a single view of each location, whereas the union provides the multiple view of a single location. On this we'll make another video. Please kindly subscribe to understand it much better with more graphics. Finally, the key difference is you can declare an anonymous union, we saw, but not the structure. Similarities in the both. Let's see similarities. We saw both structure and union have the same way of declaring itself, creating variables, and the same way of accessing members of the variable. So both structures can be passed to a function by call by value or call by reference, isn't it? And call by reference, right? So finally, both structure and union are container data type and contain an object of the data type, including other structure, union, array as its member. Suppose I have an student is the structure name. I can have a string name of the student and division of the student. I can have a structure called marks obtained within the same structure, student within the same structure as a member of the structure. So we can have a structure, union, array as their members as well, right? Both of them. These are all the similarities. So finally we can conclude that structure and union are container data types which contains the member of different types, but structures are used when we need to store distinct value for all the members in a distinct memory location. So we use when we want to store distinct value for all the members in a distinct memory location. So then we go for structure. But whereas the unions are used when type conversion are needed. So one type to another, when we go for it. So we will have more videos on this and more programs upcoming in the future videos. Please subscribe to our channel by clicking subscribe button, and for personal notification click the bell icon. Thank you.